Yo, what's good? It's Casper. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about the movie John Wick Chapter 2. John Wick Chapter 2 is a 2017 movie. It's rated R and it's 2 hours and 2 minutes. Directed by Chad Stahelski. He was directing the first one, so really dope that you're bringing back someone for the second one. John Wick Chapter 2 is definitely one of those movies you should see the first one. Throughout the movie, they do reference a lot of stuff from the first movie, especially with John Wick's character. There's a lot of emotion that you gotta understand what he's going through. If a viewer is going straight to the second movie, a lot of the emotions will kind of just fly over people's heads. They wouldn't really feel the emotion John Wick is going through. Storyline, I think, was a good progression and a good addition. Then that actually surprised me on just the storyline flow. It all makes sense. It gets deeper into what John Wick does. It's more deeper on the surrounding people of that assassin organization that he's part of. Appreciated that the detail in the writing wasn't one of those boring ones. Whenever you got some dialogue or whenever you got an actor to actor acting, it didn't stay focused on that. The flow of everyone explaining and presenting their lines, I feel like it was good enough timing. I feel like the screen time for action, the martial arts, the blood, the guns, and even the writing in this movie was literally evenly balanced. Really cool to see a lot of other actors in this movie that were part of the first one, and random to see other actors part of the second one. To see like characters like Common in here, and then Lawrence Fishburne, Ruby Rose as well, that I was like, wait, were they part of the first one? Really cool to know they're adding really good weight characters. These characters that they bring along have good weight and good understanding, and they feel like they fit. John Leguizamo, when I saw him appear on the screen again, I'm like, yo, it was really cool to see a movie that he's a part of, even though this movie came out a while ago. The way they used him in this movie, well done. A history with John Wick, and that presentation one-on-one was one of those things, like he's probably the homie and he's looking out. They did good with him with his screen time. He had a couple little jokes that made sense for that scenario. John Wick, played by Keanu Reeves, I enjoyed his whole presence in general. This dude goes through so much. This dude is getting literally beaten up, shot, stabbed, a whole bunch of things. Not only that, he's emotionally dead. I think he's emotionally dead, especially what he's dealing with, losing his wife, and then from the other movie, losing his puppy. His whole lifestyle is literally just straight hitman assassin. This dude is literally doing all this by himself. Really creative what they use, especially for John Wick and the whole world that helps him go to battle. John Wick is like kind of like a superhero. In the movie, they call him like a boogeyman, but the action, the lines, the movement of Keanu Reeves, give props to him, because a lot of it really felt natural. A lot of it felt like, they were really in it to win it. A lot of the moves didn't feel nonchalant. The moves actually felt like they were hitting, connecting, and had a lot of emphasis to it. I really appreciated the martial arts in this movie, the kills, the blood. You do see a lot of brutal hits that surprise you out of nowhere. Really like the lighting with the environment, the camera directions. It's not a shaky cam perspective. The angle of the camera direction is literally capturing the whole room. Camera's not moving too fast. I really like the edits, to where the edits are at the hitting moments, and then we got the far camera angles just to see the structure, the stance of just how these people are about to get down. Camera direction made this movie stand out a lot from the beginning and to the end. Really cool with the camera direction. At times were pretty funny. With the dog in this movie, he has no name in the movie. If I were to name him, I would name him Mozzie. Really cool to see that John Wick has a new man's best friend, especially with that dog. Very sweet and adorable. The evil villains were all believable. Ruby Rose is playing the character Eris. Presentable. It fit. Presentation really felt real. The evil guy Santino, he did have an evil look, grimy look, and a two-faced kind of look, and it's crazy they're part of the same hitman organization. Ian McShane, who plays Winston, really liked the presence of that boss. He did feel like he was in charge of this whole thing with the lines and the straight eye-to-eye connection with all the actors. You can tell that he has a lot of power. Common shocked me in this movie because came out of nowhere. The acting, I thought he did a pretty good job. It didn't seem cheesy. His acting was actually fit for the movie. It was a look that, didn't blend in. It stood out. Hey, give props to Common. I think the camera angles did good with him, and he was moving pretty good with Keanu Reeves. I don't really have much to say that was a bother. I thought everything else was pretty on point and believable. Did like seeing Lawrence Fishburne in here, even though he's later in the movie. His presence, you can tell he's just an OG actor. character, and he did fit in the movie. So if you know him from other movies, you know, you see him here, you're like, let's go. Storyline, the camera direction is appealing, and it all fits. It all goes hand in hand. It's one of those things that these people knew what they were trying to go for. Number 3 is one of those movies that I can't wait to see how the storyline is just going to continue. If you're into the martial arts, the fast action, good kills, out of nowhere surprise kills, this movie was really good on that direction. Definitely sleeping on this movie after seeing John Wick 1. Watch the first John Wick movie and then step into the second one. The way the movie ends, the storyline and the pacing and the direction of the end of the movie was really good, and you kind of did feel like they were gonna go for a number 3. Interesting plot twist, interesting scenarios that John Wick's put himself in. This is John Wick, and this is something that you expect from his character. This is why he stands out as his own movie, his own person. After my watching the movie John Wick Chapter 2 out of 10, I'm gonna have to give the movie a 9 out of 10. So that's my movie review for the movie John Wick Chapter 2. Shout out to you guys for tuning into the video. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, y'all.